What's the secret that he's talking about there?
Okay, I think Paul is referring to his personal relationship with God, and God is sufficient for him, so he is content with whatever he has.
Excellent answer. It's really, I can do everything through him, which is his relationship with Christ, and that's the key. And as we get focused on our relationship with God and things of the Lord, the truth is the material things become a whole lot less important, and things of eternal value become of much greater importance. And that's it. And so often I've heard that verse misquoted where someone can say, I can do everything through Christ. It's interesting. Paul's talking about contentment there. That's what he's talking about. I can be content because of my close relationship with the Lord. And that's critical. God promised the people of Israel, this is point number 5, God promised the people of Israel that if they fully obeyed him, that they would be lenders and not borrowers. These verses in Deuteronomy are just incredible, I find. If you fully obey the Lord your God and carefully follow all his commands I give you today, the Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but will borrow from none. Is that what's happening in the world today? Are people following God's principles, and therefore they're lenders and not borrowers? It's the opposite. If you look, all of the volatility we have in the markets is coming as, I believe there's one fundamental problem, a violation of God's biblical principles. Almost the whole world is doing it. And people are borrowing and spending. Governments are doing it. Companies are doing it. And individuals especially are doing it as well, but governments especially. And that's the problem we have. That's why there's so much uncertainty and volatility. But what else did God say later on in Deuteronomy 28? Starting in verse 15, he said, however, if you do not obey the Lord your God, and do not carefully follow all his commands I give you today, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. The alien lives among you will rise higher and higher. You will sink lower and lower. He will lend to you, and you